once in a while. Now, Tommy Lloyd, coach, does not want them to do it a lot. I mean, they don't want to get out of hand, but to your point, 0-0 across the board is big time. Those three guards right now, and we'll talk more about them, but they to me are top 3 in the country as we sit in our seat.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Arizona can match that 13-0 start they got out to on Monday against Canisius. They had the opening possession. As you look at the starting 5, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And here's the first shot of the game, and it's rebounded by KJ Lewis on the offensive glass. Bradley's going to take a 3 and bury it, and he picks up right where he left off on Monday.
Yeah, and that's the thing, he shot it really well. He was 1 for 3 the other night from 3 in the exhibition games, but this is what we're seeing, Steve. Defense to offense, their defense so far, top notch.
Yeah, KJ Lewis with a great block right there. Terrific defender, drives now, gets a better look just right of the lane and gets it to go home. And here's another good start for the Wildcats.
Interesting, KJ Lewis. He blocks the shot on one end, scores on the other. Steve, I asked him right before the game, what are you focused on? He said, I want to be the best two-way player you can possibly be. You saw it right there.
Stephon Walker missed the shot. Old Dominion touched it last. The Wildcats will get possession. If you look at Tommy Lloyd in his 4th season on the job here at Arizona, the thing he stressed with the team this week was Old Dominion had 20 offensive rebounds in their opening loss to Buffalo that came nearly at the buzzer. Oh, up to Awaka. And a terrific start continues. That is Love giving of himself.
It is, and Love has been terrific. You look, the other night led this team in assist and scoring. How many times, do you feel that's coming from Caleb Love, who's a prolific shooter and scorer?
Old Dominion, the Monarchs, looking for their first points of the game, and again, there was Townsend disrupting that shot attempt there by R.J. Blakeney.
Arizona means business in the early part of this season. They are not messing around at the start of these games. That's
big man to big man. We saw that in the first exhibition. Townsend into Awaka.
That was the play before. Great pick and roll. There's the high-low that we've seen so many times in the Tommy Lloyd offense. And you got to give Townsend credit because that pass was made almost from three-point line, and it was on a dime.
So a 9-0 start for the Arizona Wildcats. And jumped out to a 13-0 lead against a mid-major in Canisius. This team should be a little bit better at Old Dominion. Rising up for a 3, and it's long out there with Sean Dura-Gordon. And on the drive, here's Bradley with a little stutter step, but he took an extra step for an Arizona turnover.
I don't know if he traveled right there. That is one of the new moves where a player will go from fast to slow. And he'll really, I saw Luka Doncic do it the other night. He literally stopped on his pivot foot and shot it off the glass, and that almost looked like what Bradley did right there.
First substitution, Mo Krivas is in. We talked about this being on a bit of a pitch count if we use a baseball reference.
Yeah, it was interesting the other night. I was at shoot-around with Tommy Lloyd.
He's got a block shot to begin things.
Right off the bench. I was at shoot-around, and he asked Justin Kokoski, Tommy Lloyd did, should I put him on a pitch count? There's Justin. He said, yeah, how about 10 minutes? And Tommy Lloyd looked at his assistant, Coach Murphy, and they said, yeah, we got this. And Justin said, I know you do. How many minutes did he play? 9 minutes and 47 seconds. They listened to their trainer.
Here's Lewis, and he got blocked there by the Maryland transfer, Callum Swanton Roger. They call him Cal Swan Roger. Empty possession for the Wildcats. Here's the Maryland transfer going over the top of Townsend, and Krivas is just so big, clears the board without any problems.
U fans still on their feet as they do traditionally for ODU scores. So
here's Love. Drives in. Love with a right hand off the window.
Steve, that's the play we talked about earlier in the exhibition, where I think last year Love dribbles that and shoots a 28-footer. This time gets to the rim, he surveys the defense, uses his dribble and the athleticism to get to the rim.
So an 11-0 start for the Wildcats. Pedal to the metal like they were against Canisius. Johnson with a deep 2. It rims out, and Krivas has a second rebound. That's Jaden Johnson. He's a freshman. They have 18 players on this roster for Old Dominion. 4 holdovers and 14 new guys. A lot of transfers, too, with some talent, and they're going to get a steal right here. Blakeney, who's got a lot of talent, is going to throw it down. He's a Dayton transfer from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the returning senior on this team, really the heart and soul. So not surprising that he comes up with the first bucket for the Monarchs.
Monarchs out of the Sun Belt Conference. They opened Monday at home against Buffalo and lost on a 3 with 1.3 seconds to go. Here's Townsend inside, gets the shot off and gets it to go down. He needed that. He didn't really have a good opener against Canisius.
I think that's a great point. He killed it. Leading scorer for Arizona in the 2 exhibition games. Did not have a great first game, but that's what we're going to see from Townsend. Get him in the post, go one-on-one. You saw no help. He's fine with that. He delivers.
Johnson on the pick and roll. Here's Swan Roger, and they rip it away from him. That defense again with another takeaway. Outlet pass to Townsend, fires up a 3, missed it. And Old Dominion's going to get the rebound.
And to your point, ODU can absolutely rebound. I mean, they really do a good job in that area, both offense and defensively.
Now, of their 20 offensive rebounds, 9 of them were in like the first 7 minutes of the game against a very good Buffalo team. I mean, Arizona fans know, right? That was that team in the tournament that knocked off DeAndre Ayton and company. Of course, coaches have changed, different personnel, but it's still a good program. Lewis misses, and another one and done for the Wildcats, who right out of the gate shooting 60% on 6 of 10. This Old Dominion team picked to finish 8th in the Sun Belt Conference. Arkansas State picked to finish number 1.
Now, one thing we see there, Steve, these 3 guards are not only great in every area, but just defensively, they can switch everything. You see the pressure.
They got another takeaway, and Bradley got blocked at the rim. Townsend is going to get fouled on the second chance opportunity.
Is that Swan Rogers, I think, knocked that one off the glass.
And that's going to take us to a break. 14-18 to go, opening half. Arizona leads Old Dominion 13-2. Played at Maryland, who's my broadcast partner sometimes at ESPN. Mike Jones's dad babysat Adrian Branch.
AB, yeah. That's crazy.
It really is.
Well, Mike Jones played at DeMatha, one of the all-time great high schools. And when you just hear that name and you hear, Coach Wooten, Hall of Famer, Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, when you played at DeMatha, you got some history. You're a baller. You knew how to play. The list of DeMatha players, I mean, it's longer than any notable list we have on almost any team Arizona would play this year.
He spent 19 years there, took over for his coach and mentor, said, I learned almost everything from the guy, even outside of X and O's. Then he goes to Virginia Tech as an assistant for a couple of years, 1 year at Maryland. That's going to go off Awaka, out of bounds, remain with Old Dominion. There you go. There's Morgan Wooten, 1956 to 2002.
Yeah, crazy.
What sort of pension he must have there.
Yeah, and just how good he was. Like I said, some of the players, Markel Fultz recently, Hunter Dickinson at Kansas played at DeMatha, did not realize that, but a couple that you mentioned, AB, Danny Ferry, Victor Oladipo, and the list goes on and on. It's a crazy list.
Here's Henri Veesaar trying some Magic Johnson moves in the lane. It results in a turnover. Last bucket was by Pounds, and following it up is Devin Caesar. So a good little run coming out of that media timeout. Quick 5 points there, and it's a 14-7 lead.
A nice little regroup by Old Dominion, right? They looked like they were getting blown out of the gym. This is Mike Jones's only second game as a head coach right there. They're an athletic team. You see Caesar right here, another guy that came back from last season, returning player, was an experienced scorer, averaged about 13 last year, so he could score.
So Danny Pounds had the block on the other end, and so Old Dominion taking a page out of Arizona's playbook. Defense leading to offense. Here's the inbound. Carter Bryant with those shoes, man. I'm sitting close to him. Those are hard to look at. Those orange shoes. Maybe he'll be doing some work for ADOT on the 10.
On this now, Arizona goes to its bench. I think, the bench this year for Arizona going to be so critical.
And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Delly tries the Larry Bird behind the clock. But again, I think this bench it's going to be interesting because you have Carter Bryant, you have Veesaar, who I think could start on many teams and is much improved.
Yep.
As we have talked about, you've got De La Rosa here from Campbell, the transfer, who a lot of people think can really be a big-time scorer for him. He was a huge scorer at Campbell.
And that's why you have a talented guy like Emmanuel Steffen, who they're still thinking potentially, as Caesar buries the hard-earned jumper, they're potentially redshirting. They're still, he dressed for Canisius, he dressed today, still trying to make that decision.
And I didn't mention Carter Bryant. We talked about the shoes, misses the 3 right there. Another guy on this bench. I think this bench is going to take some time for it to gel. Not as much experience when you think about the guards for Arizona that start the game.
It's going to be a foul against Jaden Johnson, the freshman. It'll be his first. Team foul number 4. Arizona yet to foul in this game. We're almost 8 full minutes in. KJ Lewis will trigger the inbound. He was put on the Julius Irving watch list for the best small forward in the nation, although we're classifying him as one of the 3 guards, kind of a tweener there.
Interesting here, I think they put Delhi at the point in this lineup. 6'6" wing.
Going to get a reach-in foul here as Awaka got at the free throw line. That should be against Pounds.
Good response again from ODU for, especially out of that timeout, Mike Jones.
7-25 last season for the Monarchs. Second worst season since they became a Division I team in 1977. So they get a new coach, a new roster. On the reverse, Del Orso missed it. Offensive rebound by Veesaar to kick out.
Great move by Delhi, not a finish. He came up with the little Steve Smith kind of reverse right there. KJ at the rim, just too much, too strong.
And Delhi gets the assist right there.
KJ, to me, is playing with more force this year. Not that he let things happen last year, but way more force and aggressiveness.
Duro Gordon here, one of their top players, who's a transfer from Siena, where he led Siena with 18.7 rebounds. And getting bailed out there was Pounds. Awaka fouled him, and it looked like he took an extra couple of steps. And that's going to take us to a break. 11:56 to go on boards. That's awesome.
Singer was awesome.
He was.
Killed it on the national anthem.
Love my Navy guys. I'll explain coming up a little later. 7-point advantage for the Wildcats. They've slowed down. They got out to an 11-0 start. Old Dominion got some subs in and is pulled to within 7 here inside of 12 minutes to go in the first half. Old Dominion has the basketball and will get it in. Their top 3 scorers, who averaged almost 50 points a game last year, are gone. New roster with 14 new players, 4 holdovers. Here's a drive by Stephon Walker. Nice pass. Awaka disrupting things. And Veesaar pulls down the rebound. The Wildcats out rebounding Old Dominion 13-7 in the early going.
Great job by Veesaar on that one-on-one defense in that last possession.
They tried to go inside, but good anticipation there by Pounds, pounding that one away.
Tough angle with 2 guys on defense on that side of the court.
Arizona with 6 to shoot. Del Orso, and he gets one to fall. You know, the other day scored 7 points without any turnovers, but his debut officially didn't go the way he had expected. He was 1 for 9.
Yeah, 1 for 5. As Awaka almost gets that steal on the entry pass.
And here comes your hockey line change for the Colorado Avalanche. You see in the first 4 minutes versus Canisius, game started with a 13-0 run. Today's game starting with a strong run as well for the Wildcats. It's all about sustaining it now, right? Just put that pedal to the metal. Conrad Martinez in.
Old Dominion doing a lot of ball screens here high. Really just trying to spread out Arizona, see if they can get the matchup they like and go one-on-one.
Pounds, a 6'7" sophomore, gets rid of it from the wing. He missed it. Walker trying to get the offensive board, and it was last touched by Walker, so Arizona will have it.
And I think that's one thing that for Tommy Lloyd's team this year is going to be hard to try to find matchups that are easy to go against. All 9, 10 guys that are playing can defend.
Arizona wound up playing 15 against Canisius. Here's a lob up to Krivas, and he gets hammered by Walker. And again, we're watching that ankle again on the pitch count, the minutes restrictions. My guess is around 10 minutes like you.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Walker, really good job by Walker to help out. He was way on the weak side with KJ Lewis. When Arizona runs that strong ball screen, they do have a player on the weak side, so you have to respect the 3. He helped out, and that's really all you can do against a 7-footer like Krivas.
Krivas already
7-2.
Yeah, he's already got 3 rebounds because of that height in 4 minutes.
Well, and that was the other thing. The other night he had, what, 6 rebounds in the 9 minutes? So he's been a rebounding machine.
Yeah, I mean, really made the most of that 10 minutes there coming off the bench with the 9.6 boards you talked about. And here's a substitution. Veesaar, a 6'6" freshman from Lithuania, comes in. Vytauskas Zygas, but we're told we can call him V.
V. Okay.
I like that.
I'll take that every time.
Shorten a couple of names like Calum Swanton Roger to Cal Swan Roger. Second for Krivas, and he missed both of them. Townsend hit the floor, and here comes Old Dominion. Caesar leading it. Finds a shot. And Krivas has got a 4th rebound in 4 minutes.
Yeah, he tried to jump into Martinez. Martinez did a good job avoiding that. He would have been called for the foul.
Oh, he's going to get an assist. Big fella. Krivas into Townsend.
Stuffing the box score right now.
Townsend leads Arizona with 5 points. 11-point advantage. Launching is Dura Gordon. There's one of those offensive rebounds that we talked about, and second chance points there for Zygas.
And how about the box out? There's Krivas really running, and Townsend had an incredible post up right there and seal Krivas. He loves that little move. He spins right, comes back left, gets the defender a little bit off balance, and then uses his size for an easy jump hook.
5 assists on 10 made baskets. This is looking a little bit like the Eastern New Mexico exhibition where they were just throwing it down and getting anything they wanted. Blakeney forced a shot, trying to keep it from going out of bounds, but threw it off the back of his own player in Zygas.
There's that move he has. Little patented Krivas move. Watch, he gives the little boop, little pump fake there, and freezes a tall defender right there. You think of Old Dominion right there was Swan Rogers. He's a 7-footer as well.
Yeah, the Maryland transfer. That move you saw by Krivas will play on the next level. Lewis got some separation, finds a shot in the lane, and gets it to go down. So you got to keep them separated.
That's right. Scoring in a variety of ways in the lane. KJ Lewis.
He's the leading scorer now with a half dozen. Drive sealed off by Krivas. Not sure Caesar wanted any part of that. Trying to go downhill is Dura Gordon, and he is fouled.
Good double there by Krivas to come over and lock up the Old Dominion player. There's that Lewis, gave a little too small after it. Lewis can do that to a lot of guys because he's going to jump over just about anybody.
No foul there, I beg your pardon. Dura Gordon just went off of him out of bounds for a turnover. Check the turnovers. That's the 4th for Old Dominion.
Same move right here.
Yep. Lewis got to the rack, then Krivas, and just going to hammer Cal Swan Roger.
Well, he had Rogers on the back there. I thought what Lewis should have done, just stayed right there in the middle of the lane. He had the same jump shot he had from about 8 feet. And he's such a good athlete. That will be the one thing KJ Lewis has to figure out. Do I get to the rim or that nice little pull-up, which he can pretty much get to anytime he wants?
Arizona shooting 52%, 11 of 21. They've made 5 of their last 6 field goals.
Pressure backcourt now. We saw a little bit of this in the exhibition.
13-point lead, the biggest of the game. And Caesar, he got some defensive help there, and that found a wide-open Cal Swan Roger. What does the coaching staff going to think about that?
Yeah, great job by Caesar. He just broke the press right there. And usually for Arizona, I was just about to say, the nice thing on a press like that, you have Krivas back as the last line of defense, but went for that pump fake, had to react to the ball, and Caesar made a good play.
So Krivas is going to go back to the free throw line where he missed 2 a moment ago. Swan Roger with the foul. That'll be his first. Team foul number 7 against the Monarchs. KJ Lewis going to get a bit of a blow there on Tommy Lloyd's bench, which has been extended down a little bit to accompany the 6 Hollywood seats, huh? Krivas finally gets it out of the way, knocks it down.
Yep, Gucci Row over there, filling it up.
I love it.
Pretty cool stuff for college. Getting a little pro. In fact, it was funny, I was watching the Arizona warm-up, and they have a warm-up now that's a lot like what the pros do, where they bring out a couple guys. And I was talking to the Arizona coaches. That's something new they haven't done. It's like they really get the work in for the top 8 guys. They go 2 at a time.
Yep.
It's much more specific, and they can work on their stuff other than just 18 guys out there shooting jump shots.
Another steal for Arizona. Del Orso, no-look pass to Bradley, who's been quiet. Into the 7'2" Krivas. Double team comes. He puts it on the floor and then gets fouled. And they're going to get pounds again.
Look how much stronger Krivas, he got fouled there, but look how much stronger Krivas is with the ball this year.
Well, old white United States Army, a Vietnam veteran out here with his family. I would assume that's his lovely wife. So thank you for your service.
I want to hear your Navy story.
Oh, it's coming up in a bit.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. You teased it, and I double.
It's got a tie to Arizona. It'll make everybody feel warm.
Some good stuff here today on.
It'll be a proud dad moment, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Here's Krivas continuing at the free throw line. He's been there quite a bit now, and well, that's 3 in a row after missing his first 2. He's 3 for 5. Again, missed both exhibitions, the ankle issue. That allowed a guy like Henri Veesaar to kind of step up and show his wares, how he can stretch the floor in the exhibitions. Here we have Veesaar right on cue, the 7-foot redshirt sophomore from Estonia. And out goes Krivas. We'll check his minutes here. And Krivas leaves with 7 minutes. So by our count, on the pitch count, he's only got about 3 minutes left.
I wonder if they extend that just a little 2 days later.
Baseline, catch and shoot jumper, no good by Devin Caesar, who's a Buffalo transfer. So that had to hit hard when they just hit the buzzer right on Monday.
That's right.
A little extra sting there as his old uniform stung him.
Nobody taking the ball from Milwaukee. Posts up. The defender grabbed his shirt, tried everything he could to prevent Awaka from getting that bucket, but too strong inside.
Henri Veesaar has an assist. 7 assists on 12 made buckets, and it's been totally spread around by 7 different Wildcats. So there's 7 different guys who have 1 each, and there's a blocked shot by Awaka. You don't see a big block, too many shots out there. Veesaar, he can stretch the floor. It's on its way. And, oh, I thought it was going, oh, but on the offensive glass, Awaka, and he got fouled.
Yeah, good look by Veesaar. I like how he shot it in rhythm, on the break, didn't hesitate. But look at the down low. Look at the player grab Awaka's shirt. Doesn't even matter. He gets a block on the other end. He gets an offensive board, a possession later. Awaka is, I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but he might be one of the most impactful transfers in all of college basketball that no one really talks about.
Yep.
I mean, maybe number 1.
They will, though.
They will, but I don't hear a lot of talk about him because the points obviously were not high at Tennessee. You know, you look at those numbers, they were pretty low.
Yeah, like 4 and 4.
Yeah. 4 a game. I mean, but I think in terms of people they don't talk about, I haven't seen a better one right now in college basketball.
Kid's actually an avid reader. He had a book club. He organized a book club with his team at Tennessee. I wanted to ask him today when they had those early workouts if he was going to do it here and what he was reading. Good offensive rebound and off the missed free throw. Bradley missed. Awaka was right there to get another second chance opportunity. He's going to get it in the corner. Feed Veesaar, who hangs in the air, missed the jumper. Got his own board, puts it up and gets it to go down. Oh, what stick-to-itness.
Well, how cool is it when you're 7 foot and you show dexterity on one move, but then power on the second move?
And they are loaded in the front court, and those guys can defend as well. It's going to be a whistle and a foul here.
I mean, on that first move, he goes up, turns his body, tries to finish with left, but then he just fights off the defender and uses the strength to regather. That would have been a play freshman year. He would have gotten knocked down 2 feet. Probably wouldn't even hit the front rim.
I was talking to an NBA scout about Veesaar last night. I said, you got to check him out. He said, well, I hadn't heard the name yet. I said, go check out the roster.
That's right.
Watch some film. You'll thank me.
Nice.
That's Jaden Johnson, yeah. It's a little bit like Matt Muehlbach, or was that more Matt Offing right there? Who would have made that jumper?
I always got to defer to Matt Offing. He's my guy.
The pizza king of San Diego.
Got to defer to Matty O.
Had many a pie of his crust pizza in San Diego.
Matty O can play.
Whether it's the Del Mar location or Solana Beach. That's a missed shot, but there's Awaka. Get out of my way, everybody. I'm going to put it back and score it.
Well, the Old Dominion player thought he got hooked or elbowed. He might have. I mean, Awaka's down there. He's going to fight for every rebound.
10 offensive rebounds now for Arizona, leading to 10 second chance points. So really giving Old Dominion a taste of their own medicine for Monday.
And here's the thing. He's trying to fight Awaka from the waist up with his arms. You can't get Awaka from the waist up. You're going to lose that battle. The only way to get him is to get down low, use your butt, get inside the old-fashioned rebound roll.
It's the biggest lead of the game for Arizona at 19. Good block out there. Del Orso has a rebound.
Awaka down there looking for post-ups again. He is.
Arizona plus 13 on the boards. Good pass inside to Love, but he lost the handle on it to turn it over. He only has 2 points, and there's Veesaar on the other end.
That's why he averaged 13 a game last year. He could flat out score coming off the bench.
He had 13 off the bench in their opener against Buffalo, but he was 1 of 7 on threes. So now he's like, you know what? Forget about the outside. I'm going to drive. Here's Love driving. The AP All-American leaves it for Veesaar too hard. Awaka, another offensive rebound. Out to Love, drives, and from the baseline comes up short.
A tough shot there from Love.
Plus 15 on the boards for Arizona. On the run out, that was Dura Gordon driving in, and ball knocked out of bounds. Arizona's going to get it. 4:32 to go here in the first half.
Great dime by Caleb Love on that last possession. Veesaar not able to finish that one.
Love is 1 for 4 shooting, a couple of points and assist in 12 minutes. He's going to drive here. He wants his, and he's going to get his second made field goal of this first half.
Again, fighting through some physical defense right here. This Arizona team showing their strength. Chris Rounds, the strength coach, happy looking out there on his court on his guys.
Caleb Love now 2,145 career points between Carolina and here. That's 4th among active Division I players. That was a 3 taken by Zygas.
Of course, when I say Chris Rounds, got to give a nod to our old friend, Mr. Bill Walton, who we lost earlier this year.
Bryant with a spin move, kick out. Veesaar spots up the 3 and hits it. Oh, he's made back-to-back triples in the first 2 games. He had one on Monday. He's got another one here. Stretch the floor, big fella.
I remember watching Dirk Nowitzki in a practice once, and he had spots that he would go to. Veesaar's spot is the top of the key.
Yeah.
That's where I think he shoots from. He feels the most comfortable. That's his shot right there.
And another turnover for Old Dominion. After seeing Veesaar, we take Luka Doncic and say, we don't care if you have eligibility left. We're taking Veesaar. Krivas will play this Big 12 schedule. Arizona up big. Celebrate America's heroes here. It is a very special time as well for me. My son's on the right there. He is a naval aviator. He, like me, is a graduate of the University of Arizona. Got not 1 but 2 degrees, master's and a bachelor's in law in 21. His roommate, Carl Solway, was a graduate in 2020. So I can't tell you where he is or I'd have to kill you. But he is a United States naval aviator, and I couldn't be prouder.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff, Stephen. An awesome name and awesome stuff. Did you name him after me?
Yes, we did, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I was here when you were here. And there's Caleb Love knocking down a triple. He's got 7, his first made 3 of this contest.
They shot a couple that looked really good, just did not go in. Arizona comes out of that timeout a little more energy, it feels like, in the reaction right there by Love. He felt that one.
6 turnovers now for the Monarchs, leading to 6 points.
Kid going back to what he did the other night, the 6 assists, 0 turnovers, led the team. you can really tell so far, he's not going to change. Tiger does not change his stripes. He's going to shoot it. He knows how to do that. He knows how to score, but he has been much more of a facilitator as he launched it. And he felt it.
Oh, channel your inner Steph Curry right there, Caleb Love.
He normally doesn't go that deep. It's a great observation. He's actually right around the line, but he felt it after knocking one in.
Again, we'll go back to something you and I talked about in the exhibition, but it bears repeating, right? Changed his number to 1 because he wants to be among the 1%, right, that make it into the NBA, and worked on his shot, doing a lot more just catching and shooting as opposed to, dribbling around and then pulling up and shoot.
Yep. We talked a lot about, we said this on the broadcast the other night, Klay Thompson.
Yep.
Don't have to dribble.
Townsend, the steal, he missed, but there's KJ Lewis, the cleanup on aisle 5.
KJ Lewis, my goodness. You wonder about the jump from freshman to sophomore year. You're seeing it live with KJ Lewis.
And that forces Old Dominion to spend a timeout. Look at this.
And he did that with a defender right next to him.
Yep. And that's why he's on the 24-25 Julius Erving watch list for the best small forward in the nation.
We need to come up with a nickname
for that
Jaden
group.
Bradley, Caleb Love, KJ Lewis. I don't know. The best I have right now is JCK, Steve.
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty.
Well, hold on. I got to get
average.
I got to get a photo here. We got remember the Wildcat. No, I'm going to try a 0.5 selfie right there, right in the middle of the game. See how that came out. Oh no, hold on. You got to do it again. Man, I thought I was good at this.
They had a great nickname years ago for the Georgia Tech as Steve's getting his selfie with.
There we go. Oh, one more.
There he is.
So stupid.
Hey,
thanks, man. Love it.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I was about to say they had a great nickname for the Georgia Tech 3. Do you remember what that was? Back in the 90s?
Oh, man. Well, it was after a movie, right? Of some sort of movie? What, like
Lethal Weapon 3.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 3.
It was Dennis Scott.
I was going to say Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah, that's
that would
right.
make sense.
Brian Oliver and, of course, Kenny Anderson. They were ridiculously good. But I think this 3-guard lineup deserves something. We got to come up with it.
Can't Buy Me Love has to be the best romantic comedy ever, filmed here in Tucson, Arizona.
Filmed in Tucson, right?
Caesar Wheelan channels his inner Caleb Love right there to count over the 3. And that ends a 3-minute scoring drought for Old Dominion. They're going to get a takeaway here, trailing by 27 on the road. They leave after this and head back home. I think they're going to Charlotte next, they said.
Not a bad idea to go high-low, but often you want to get the ball moving. At least one pass, maybe side to side. Get the defense to move a bit. They were really set on that play.
Johnson a contested 3, and Veesaar with a good box out of the Maryland transfer, Cal Swan Roger. Played briefly the last 2 years at Maryland. Mike Jones brought him over because Mike Jones was an assistant.
Well, and that right there, that foul that Veesaar gets was all set up by the fact that he can shoot the 3. Now he comes down, you see right there that Swan Rogers has to respect the 3. He got popped because Veesaar gave him the pump fake, can put it on the ground, and he can get to the rim. He's skilled and can shoot it. There it is right there. Yep. Swan Rogers was trying to get out to contest the 3.
It's the second foul on Swanton Roger. Veesaar at the free throw line. Wildcats are 5 of 12. That's 41%, and that's, you're sitting here and you're like, okay, we're up 27. There's a lot of good things going on, but that raises an eyebrow right here because that'll come up and bite you in the Big 12 with the, almost every team in the Big 12 and the Ken Palm top 25.
Yep.
Especially when you go on the road and do that, forget about it. 28-point lead inside of a minute to go. The biggest lead for Arizona was 30 at 47-17 moments ago before the Caesar 3. Drive and a blow-by of Lewis. You don't see too many times a blow-by there, but one by Caden Diggs, a freshman wing coming off the bench. Draws contact. 16 foul for Arizona. It's going to be a shooting foul. They get Veesaar for his first. By the way, did you see the Sun Belt tournament bracket in Pensacola, Florida? where my son, the Naval Aviator, was stationed, where if you're the last 2 seeds, you have to win 7 games over 7 days. If you're the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th seeds, it's something remarkable. At the Pensacola Bay Center, it's the most unbelievable bracket I've ever seen, where it's like just play right down. Terrible. And if you're the 1 and 2 seeds, you're right to the semifinals.
Oh,
find that online.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like the WCC used to do it right with the double buys for St. Mary's and Gonzaga to protect how many teams they get in the tournament. But this thing was wild. Imagine having to play 7 games, winning 7 games in 7 days. And in a conference like that, where a lot of teams are even,
yeah,
you could make quite the run. But I think that evens it out, right? Rather than have, 4 teams into the quarterfinals or what have you, or 8 teams into the quarterfinals.
Well, I like the idea, though, giving preference to the teams that did really well in the league.
Veesaar just picked up a second here in the final, 33.4. Johnson's at the free throw line. And back in comes Tobe Awaka, the Tennessee transfer. 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting with 7 rebounds already. Most of them on the offensive glass, and his body of work encompasses a mere 10 minutes in the first half. Talk about getting it in chunks, huh? Efficient. Now that one slapped by Townsend off of Awaka's left eye. Little friendly fire there here on Military Appreciation Weekend. And look at Veesaar and the young Bryant. He's got terrific NBA potential. Both of them most likely do. Might be a longer road for one Veesaar than Bryant. On the inbound. Drive by Caesar. Awaka just got a body into him and forced a tough shot there. On the run out here is Bradley, and he is fouled in the act of shooting. Jaden Bradley, 3 points, 1 rebound, no assist in 11 minutes to begin things here in game number 2. Again, that game that Bradley had in the opener, 15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals, no turnovers. That was Monday. Miles Simon did that in an opener back in the '98 season, 1 year after the championship run that ended by beating Kentucky in Indianapolis. He followed up the milestone victory, if you will, with a great opening day here in this building.
Yeah, I was talking to Reggie Geary, the former guard for Arizona. I asked him about these 3 guards. I said, hey, are they up there with some of the top 1, 2, 3 guards in Arizona history? He said, wait a second. He said, how about Khalid, Damon, and me?
Yeah.
You got a long way to go to beat us. And then he mentioned, of course, Mike Bibby, Miles Simon, Michael Dickerson, but those may be the 2 best of all time in Arizona history. And I'm not saying this team has those 3 are the best all time, but they are, I think, nationally. Like I said, I don't think they're given as much love, no pun intended, as they deserve.
No more Damon Stoudemire's watching this and saying, hey, how about me and Khalid Reeves?
Damon can still play.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
But no, I think the JCK trio is going to be top 5 in the nation, and by the end of the season, could be top 3.
Mike Jones was telling us before the game he actually coached at Team USA with Miles Simon.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a tie there with the 1997 Final Four Most Valuable Player. Bump into him every once in a while. I think I saw him last at a football game. Little pressure. Pounds has it. Shot clock is off.
By the way, Stoudemire's the other guy they need to put their jersey up in McHale Center here, along with Bob Elliott.
There's a trap. They got to hurry, and Awaka with a takeaway. They force the steal. Love's going to heave it up, and just missed it. Back iron.
He had fun with that.
Yep. Arizona with a half dozen.
And I'll say it again. I think he is, Caleb Love, that is letting the game come to him. He is doing a great job of that. His feel has been really good early this season.
Old Dominion has the opening possession. They're in all blue to start the second half. What a take there, a gutsy take by Jaden Johnson into the big trees of Arizona, and he's going to wind up turning it over.
Oh, that was a nice call there by Mike Jones out of the halftime. something aggressive going at the Arizona defense. Good play. Arizona too big inside, though, to foil that one.
Love to KJ Lewis. Little shot fake and drive. Trying to give it underneath to Awaka, who just wants to rip it away. That's man strength right there. We're going to have a whistle.
Give Stephon Walker a little credit there for holding onto the ball.
That was a held ball, so the possession arrow pointing toward Arizona, so they get to keep possession here. Bradley, who had 5 first-half points, triggers the inbound.
See, ODU, to me, playing a lot more physical already on defense, really on the ball handler hard.
Bradley downhill. Awaka with a 6th offensive rebound, 1 dribble on the floor, and scores over Cal Swan Roger.
Yeah, scores over a 7-footer. You know, I think some people wonder, can he score at a clip that's higher than last year in the Big 12? Obviously, bigger, better players. That was a great example of scoring against size.
10 and 8 for Tobe Awaka. He's 5 for 5 from the field. Oh, he's only played 11 minutes. There's going to be an offensive foul called on an ODU.
But he gets his body and watch, boom, right there into the waist. That created enough separation to get the length right there of the defender away from him. Had to move it to the right just a bit. He's a better offensive player than I thought he would be when he came to Arizona.
And if you ever get here before they open the doors, we have the privilege of doing that. They're always working out the big guys with bags, right? And that's why. Hitting guys with bags so they're ready to go. And Townsend shuffles it off to Awaka, who's going to get fouled by Callum Swanton Roger on the dunk attempt.
Nice job by Swanton Roger to get there and foul him. You got to do that. You don't want to get a dunk against you early in the second half, and I think that's Mike Jones, the coach, that kind of toughness that he wants to see. Very competitive coach. He was a great player, tough player. Could shoot the heck out of him, but he was tough.
Good debut for Cal Swan Roger against Buffalo. 4 block shots against Buffalo.
Maryland transfer, didn't play much at Maryland.
And in over not 1 year, but 2 years.
Over 2 years, yeah. So he's getting some good reps right here, but man, he's getting beat up. The guy, he's got bruises everywhere.
Awaka's got a dozen. He's Arizona's leading scorer. Still a perfect 5 for 5, 12 points, 8 rebounds.
Look at how Arizona attacks that ball screen. We have not seen that in the last few years to the Tommy Lloyd team. But you have Awaka
in transition. Bradley the assist to Townsend, partner.
Man, I think that play right there sums up this early part of the season. Great defense, pick and roll. They get the steal, assist, run the court, bucket.
Arizona extending the lead. Pulled out of the air there by Love on the air ball. That was the first assist for Bradley. Awaka trying to grab another offensive rebound at camp. Jade Johnson streaking down the floor here for Old Dominion. Out of Norfolk, Virginia, Sun Belt Conference. Duro Gordon out of the corner missed, and Awaka's got a defensive rebound.
Wants it more than anybody.
1 rebound shy of a double-double here. In the opener, he only had, 4 points. Go inside to Awaka.
Now, look at him. They're doubling Awaka now. I bet that's the first time he's been doubled in a long time.
And he feels it and he thinks, you know what, let me throw it out and get an assist, right?
Good point.
Very unselfish basketball.
Yep.
High basketball IQ. Bradley, and that's going to be a rare turnover for Bradley, who didn't have one in the opener, and trying to steal it back and coming into the front row is Caleb Love. It's going to take him a while to get out of that position.
Got into the second row, and that's not easy because there's a big bar right there.
The Hollywood Seats guys are like, that's what we're supposed to get.
That's right.
See them smiling over there on Gucci Row.
It's Gucci Row over on this side as well, right?
Yeah, it is.
Row seats.
Yeah, it's not a cheap ticket over here to our left.
But you're not by the coaches.
That's right.
That's the real Gucci.
Yep. You get to see work the iPads.
Of course, Matt King, Director of Operations, came up with that. Great move.
Old Dominion hasn't scored yet in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Will it change here? Caesar missed front iron. Diving for it was Krivas, and looks like it's going to remain with Old Dominion.
This happened in the first half as well.
Krivas wound up playing 7 minutes in the first half. We're thinking he's on a minutes limitation of 10. Maybe they'll extend him a little more. So this might be, if they don't pass 10, really the only stretch he'll play in the second half. As they get ready for Wisconsin and Duke looming. One on the road in Madison and one here. Probably the hottest ticket Tucson in a long time.
And I bet that ticket in Madison, that's going to be a big ticket. One of the great all-time college towns ever.
Forward to shoot, Dura Gordon, and he's going to get fouled with 1.3 to go on the shot clock.
Back-to-back Fridays, Arizona at Madison, at McHale for Duke.
I'm coming in early for that Duke game.
Are you?
Yeah, and we've got volleyball the next day.
Unless you're there for volleyball, I don't know.
Very well could happen.
I'm going to be in the stands, partner.
I'm kidding.
Watching you.
That's the best place to be. Here's Dura Gordon, a Siena transfer. And I'll tell you a little story about this kid. This is a sign of the times kid right here at the line. He is one of only 22 active players nationally that's at their 4th different school in 4 years.
Wow.
So we're almost up to 24 now. Started at Missouri, then went to Austin Peay, to Siena, and now Old Dominion.
As Drake says, the rookie and the vet. Got that from DJ Century playing the songs up in the Arizona Zoo.
Oh, Lewis recognizes that he can throw it over the top to Krivas, who was guarded by a smaller guy. Going to get a foul, and they'll send Krivas to the free throw line, where he's been 6 times in the first half. He made 4 of 6. He got it. Well, actually, it was non-shooting fouls. I beg your pardon. Thought maybe he had turned and faced the rim. My bad.
Nice double screen there to get Love open.
Yep, and Love misses. Townsend almost had the offensive rebound taken away, and here's Caesar with a finger roll.
Yeah, he's fast. Caesar's had a nice game today.
9 points last year for Old Dominion. Leading returning scorer, one of the 4 holdovers we talked about on a roster of 18. Over the top to Krivas again, this time from Townsend. We've seen the bigs sharing quite a bit like that in this one. And that'll take us to a break. 4 minutes into the second half, Arizona has held Old Dominion to 23 points. Now, for the University of Arizona.
Probably see them at halftime here in an upcoming game.
Yeah, they may get a free invite to the Duke game.
That's right.
Everybody wants that ticket, and they'll
That's
just be able
right.
to honor them at halftime. Veesaar. Dura Gordon with the foul number 2. And so Veesaar gets credit for the bucket.
Great call by Tommy Lloyd out of the timeout. And by the way, another made shot around the rim. So checking that box second half.
Bryant fed Krivas down low. He's got quite the height advantage there and just kind of throws it up wildly over Stephon Walker.
Lost the ball, but you know, when you watch Krivas in his post moves, you watch his legs do such a good job of creating space. He takes huge strides to move his defender. It's really interesting.
Bradley into Bryant, who's been awfully quiet here in his second collegiate game. He's taken 2 shots. He's missed both of them. Almost had an offensive rebound there. Cats corral another offensive board. That's going to be their 18th. And here's a whistle and a foul. They're going to get Pounds for another one.
Watching Pounds down there. Pounds has his hands full with Krivas. Watch this matchup off the ball and what Pounds is trying to do with Krivas. It's man, he's just fighting down. Look at him, how hard he's fighting down low just to right there. Krivas goes at him again. It is a tough matchup for ODU.
And Pounds is going to pick up a 4th now, and he's going to have to go to Mike Jones's bench, who right now just kind of tells Ben Nacy, all right, no, we're going to go a little bit smaller here. We'll get Pounds out and go back to R.J. Blakeney, who was one of their top scorers, been very, very quiet since.
You give Pounds a lot of credit. There's just, you know, not a lot you can do on a 7-2 player that, by the way, is playing physical. Krivas is playing as physical as you can get down low.
Del Orso, the Campbell transfer, and he's going to get a chance to go to the line. Contact picked up by Stephon Walker. 58-23, just over 15 minutes to go here in this second game. The first one won on Monday over Canisius by 29 points. This one's tracking to be an even bigger blowout over Old Dominion out of the Sun Belt, coming off a 7-win season last year. And here's Del Orso.
You mentioned Del Orso. Didn't have a great shooting night, obviously, on what was that, Monday night. Seems a little more comfortable tonight. Gotten 4 rebounds, and that's really what you have to do as a shooter. If you don't, the shot's not going, do something else. Get some rebounds, get in the action a little differently, and don't worry about the shot so much. Nice pivot.
Yeah, might have got away with an extra step. Caden Diggs, he's a freshman, 6'7". And that was Veesaar trying to go into Krivas, who got knocked out of bounds.
Just need to be a little higher. You realize you got the 7-2 player. You can fire that into him right at the rim.
Old Dominion with just 4 points here to start this second half of play. Cats have been up by as many as 36 just moments ago. Into Awaka. Del Orso. He did so much damage over 2 years at Campbell. He finished 6th all-time scoring for Campbell. Awaka, and count it. Oh, he continues to work in the low block.
Yeah, he's just so much to handle, but that Del Orso pass was a thing of beauty. Watch it. We'll try to get a replay before when Del Orso passes it, how far he takes this guy to the left and then reaches around with the right to make a beautiful entry pass.
9 Wildcats have at least 1 assist. That's 13 assists on 23 made field goals for Arizona. And Awaka officially has a double-double with 14 points and 10 rebounds. And another offensive rebound, this one by Carter Bryant. And Del Orso got an uncontested 3, but Awaka got a shot off on another offensive board. Out to Del Orso. This one's got to go down. It doesn't. Carter Bryant, the offensive rebound. Try it again, young man. Oh.
And the look of Del Orso, just, that's all you can do is kind of laugh. And
that's confidence, though, man. Don't stop.
Yeah.
And nearly a takeaway, but Veesaar can't keep it from going out of bounds.
You get off to a little bit of a rough start like Del Orso, and you're trying so hard to prove that you're a good player, and he is. He's a fantastic player. Laying up points left and right. Campbell is at 30-point games.
Inbound goes into Diggs. 10 to shoot, handoff to Johnson. 5 to shoot, Johnson gets downhill and then got it knocked out. He got shoved down, and it's going to be off of Johnson. It's a turnover for Old Dominion.
I thought he got fouled there. He did a nice job getting into the lane. Freshman, strong freshman. Johnson is at a Fork Union Military Academy. So, apropos for the military weekend having here.
Martinez in now at the point guard spot. Giving a little breather here to Jaden Bradley, and that's going to go off. Del Orso out for a rare Arizona turnover in this one, just their 7th here.
Johnson didn't get the call on the other side. That time he was really physical with Deli and caused that turnover.
Cats have outscored the Monarchs 11-4 to open up this second half. Caesar unleashes a 3. Martinez starts the transition break.
I love Veesaar right there, how fast the decision making was.
Right. Oh, the NBA spin move in the lane for his first bucket of the afternoon.
That was gorgeous. It started by Veesaar. Make a quick decision. The offense runs and facilitates faster because of that. That allowed Bryant then to go one-on-one and show his incredible moves.
Blakeney got tied up by Awaka and Bryant, and they're going to wind up calling a foul here.
It's that spin move after Veesaar passed it to him. Gets the body inside and just so strong as a freshman.
There are a couple of shots I have seen him take this year that I'm like, that is a bona fide NBA first rounder.
Yeah. No,
there are a lot of them on the baseline who like that shot right there.
Right.
Probably got the highest draft ceiling on this team right now.
Caused that miss right there because of his length on defense.
Cleaned up by Ben Nacy, a freshman. local kid from Virginia Beach. Into Awaka on Macy. Double team comes, ball is loose. Awaka's not going to give that one away and scores it.
Any doubt who's going to come up with it on the ground there?
Oh.
2 against 1, but Awaka's stronger than everybody.
And picking his pocket is Bryant. Oh yeah, he plays defense too. And there goes Fight 9 for the throwdown. Oh man.
I asked Carter Bryant before the game what's he focused on. He said, hey, defense and rebounding. The defense led to a nice dunk from him. That's how you get points, by playing good defense.
Well, that's how you get extra minutes on the floor as well.
That's right.
Bryant's got a couple here in the second half. Here's Diggs with Awaka guarding him. Got a hand in the face of Diggs to contest that one. Arizona's got a 40-point advantage here. Want more. Out to Del Orso, and there it is. And look at him. Hallelujah.
Looks to the heavens, 2 hands up. The crowd loves it.
That was awesome.
The highly intelligent, high IQ McHale crowd.
They probably thought he was playing to the crowd. I think he was playing to a higher power after he missed 3 in a row.
Well, if you're a shooter, you're looking to any power to when you're struggling a little bit.
Yeah. Well, located on campus in Arizona's biggest lead of the game by 43, holding Old Dominion to just 6 second-half points. Arizona's on a 7-0 run. They've made their last 4 shots. Still defending. Here's Pounds, and Pounds trying to go over Krivas, got it back, and then came up short. And then Duro Gordon with the bucket.
Great hustle by this Old Dominion team. You can see the personality of Mike Jones coming through in the second half. You guys are playing hard.
They have 7 offensive rebounds now, leading to 6 second chance points. And Conrad Martinez on the drive is fouled. Duro Gordon's going to get called for the foul. Here's the Spaniard, the backup point guard. He got 10 minutes on Monday against Canisius. And what did he do as the point guard? He didn't turn the basketball over either, too. So, you know, something that Tommy Lloyd can have confidence in. You know, Bradley's going to go 34 a game, right? Or maybe 32. Some other games, maybe 36. And then you got to cover those minutes at the point guard spot.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a hole where, like, if he couldn't shoot, he didn't have to guard him. And he could, facing bigger guards could be a test for him, but he can get up on guys, make them turn a little bit, guard him 90 feet.
He's a tough competitor in practice and on the scrimmages too. He didn't back down from anyone. Coming up on 10 to shoot inside of 11 minutes to go. A 3, bricked off the front iron there by Zygas from Lithuania. Cats in transition, led by Martinez. Krivas over the top to Townsend. Townsend put it on the floor once off the window and scores. Trey Townsend has 9, the reigning Horizon League Player of the Year from Oakland University last year.
Yeah, really nice catch. And again, finishing in traffic at the rim. Tommy Lloyd said that was a big emphasis. And again, you see on that finish that Townsend had, he got the ball up by the top of the square. They put red tape up there. Watch, there's the pass. Now watch where the ball is. Towards the top of the square. You get it up there. Tommy Lloyd understands the metrics and how easier it is to finish. As I said in practice, they'll put red tape on both corners of that square. So they teach it at a very, very specific level.
This is Jaden Johnson at the free throw line. This Old Dominion team shooting 26%. It's 4 of 15 in the second half. They have 9 points, almost halfway home in this second half. That's 9 second half points. Second one rattles in and out. Krivas has the rebound, and Arizona's closing in on 50 rebounds to 21 for Old Dominion. Martinez finds Bryant, no look pass open in the corner, and Carter Bryant just drills the triple. What can he do?
Well, they had that screen and roll right there, and it was beautiful because Veesaar and his size just sucked in the defense, and then Bryant was wide open on the corner.
Steal by Martinez, and then Pounds is going to foul him, and that's going to be it for Pounds. He can take the final 9:44 off.
Look how big, well, we missed that first part, but Veesaar is so big. Two guys came to him on that roll. They had to respect his size that left open Bryant's shot looks really, really good early in this season.
Yeah, from almost anywhere on the floor. He didn't make a three in his debut. He was knocking them down in the scrimmage. He was knocking them down in the exhibition season. He missed all 3 threes that he took on Monday, but he's getting hot here. And what I liked about what he did on Monday was he drew 4 fouls.
And he did, and he looks really comfortable, doesn't he? Like
yeah.
I asked him actually what it was like that first game in the exhibition. Yeah, it's fine, you know, like obviously better than high school, but he looks very comfortable out there.
Conrad Martinez at the free throw line. This has been really the only wart on this one for Arizona, is that they're at 54% now at the free throw line, 13 of 24. But then again, even a lot of bigs, you're pounded inside, right? So a lot of bigs to the free throw line where they tend to struggle no matter what program they're in. Struggle might not be the best way to say it, but oh, here's a steal by Bryant. Can he throw it down again? Oh, the windmill by Bryant. I think he won the slam dunk contest, did he, during the red-blue game, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, young man, you're already ready for the next level.
Well, the first dunk he had, what, 5 minutes ago, he kind of gingerly put in. Not this one right here, the two-hand windmill.
Admire that as we go to the break. 9 steals for Arizona in this one. They lead by 50.
Well, they have the actual play-by-play typed in. It's unbelievable. They also have a shot chart I'm looking at. The
wow.
Shot chart is amazing.
I
know this this was Freddie the Fox Snowden, 1975, as you said, and some of the names on here Arizona fans will love. Name that jumps out to me, my buddy, one of my best friends, Bob Elliott, 17 in that game. Al Fleming, 22.
It was a strong effort by Al Fleming on 8 of 15 shooting.
Lenny Gordon was a coach for a long time, 10 points. Jimmy Rappis, 14 in that game. Phil Taylor, 10.
We're really going down the annals now, aren't we?
Herman Harris, 6 points in that game. Herman lives in Tucson.
Duro Gordon gets that one to fall. I would have thought that was a Bruce Larson coach team.
That was Freddie the Fox,
yeah.
And that was right when he was getting going too.
Del Orso missed. Awaka cleans up. He's got 18 now with 12 rebounds, and my goodness, his body of work on the offensive glass now shows 8 offensive rebounds. Yeah. Did you ever have one of Coach Bruce Larson's classes? Zygus with a drive and missed. Awaka with a 13th rebound.
I always told Bruce Larson I could beat him in racquetball.
Nope, not a chance.
I know I could have beaten him.
Jaden Bradley
to this day.
Nope, he would have shown up in his blue Sansabelt slacks, his polyester shirt, and he would have whooped you even with a really, really hard rubber ball.
The really old rackets.
And Bruce just passed away a couple of years ago, but I had 2 classes with him, his basketball at Bear Down Gymnasium, and he would come the first day and he'd say, if any of you can beat me in 100 free throws, you can leave on the first day. You'll get an A, and I never have to see you again. He would shoot underhand, right, like Rick Barry. He'd hit 100 out of 100. The next guy would be
100 out of 100.
Yeah, 100 out of. I'm not kidding. He'd actually kind of quit about 88.
Yeah.
We just gave him the final 12.
Dang.
And then we'd have always some kid like a JUCO transfer who thought he was great.
Yeah.
He'd make maybe 63. Nobody. But in racquetball, 31. So I had to stay the whole year. But in racquetball, guys couldn't even score on Bruce Larson. It was unbelievable. He'd let us play with the little rubbery ball. You'd play him with the hard one, and you black and blue, and beat you 21-0. Never saw anyone get an automatic A. That's miss you, Coach. Here's KJ Lewis, missed off the front iron, didn't follow that shot. Inside of 8 minutes to go here. Cats are going to be 2-0 and gearing up for a road trip to Wisconsin, the first real big test after a couple of bye games here. Veesaar pulls up in the key, in and out, and a rebound for Veesaar. That's going to be his 8th of the game. And Del Orso catch and shoot, transition, 3 is good.
That was an awesome look by Jaden Bradley. And Bradley not only spotted him, he'd surveyed the court. He saw Deli over there, but he literally put it in the pocket where you want to shoot it as a shooter.
9 for Del Orso on 3 of 7 shooting. 4 rebounds, a couple of made threes in 15 minutes. Arizona's going to get another takeaway here.
Sees him again. Easy pass there.
Right side, missed a front iron. Can Arizona get to 100? You would think so, although I'm sure Tommy in the under 4 timeout will. 32, 7 minutes to go. Duro Gordon, and he misfires. I would figure one more 3-minute stretch with the rotation guys in here before Tommy will empty the bench on a Saturday. And 2 great back-to-back Fridays upcoming. Wisconsin on the road, Duke in this building. Awaka's had a big night. Awaka throws it up and missed it. One of his rare misses. As a matter of fact, he's 8 of 10 now. That was just his 2nd miss. 18 points, 15 rebounds for Tobe Awaka in 20 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Johnson gets to the elbow and fires over Carter Bryant for the bucket.
Yeah, good-looking freshman Johnson. He's ready for, I think he's ready to run this team.
Yep, you know, they lost their top point guard, too. I'm glad you pointed that out, Old Dominion. They were expecting to have Imo Essien, returning point guard, as that is made from the outside. Carter Bryant's got another one. Well, he was quiet for a while. He's in double figures. Imo Essien came up with a heart condition as Walker scores on the other end last week, right before the opening game. So that was it. They were relying on him to be their point guard. Martinez drives, and Martinez with a soft touch lays it in.
Well, Martinez looks to pass so often. I think defenders forget that he can get to the rim, and he has that little one-handed layup where he does not bring it to the left. So almost a la Steve Nash.
Walker a pull-up from 17, no good. Here's Del Orso just driving as he goes downhill, and he'll get fouled. Maybe they will get to 100 here this afternoon. 92-36 at 93 against Canisius, and then we look like an ABA team against Eastern New Mexico and Point Loma. Scoring over 113 points each time.
Tommy looked pretty serious right there with his son coming in, Liam Lloyd. There was no smiles like, hey, to have fun. It was like, hey, you got a job to do out there.
Yeah, don't mess this one up, right? There's Martinez, and then
his son. Of course, Liam Lloyd, we talked about the other night. He flat out can play. I mean, he's got a lot of experience. Awaka getting a big hand.
Grant Whiteman is in. Whiteman got an opportunity to play 4 minutes and scored 2 points against Canisius. And there is Liam Lloyd, who's an Arizona transfer, 5th year.
I don't think he scored the other night. Got a shot off.
He played 3 minutes.
Got a great shot off, actually. A little step back 3.
57 starts his last 2 years at Northern Arizona. He scored 400 total points. So see if he can get in the box score for the first time at Arizona. We'll see.
5 minutes, I would count on it. He can shoot it.
Jade Johnson dribbling behind his back over Conrad Martinez, and is going to stick the jumper with some help of the friendly rim.
I saw Martinez had the size and height advantage and just shot over him. You know, 5 minutes to go, you come in, it's not just you're jacking shots up if you're off the bench. There's boys right there, got a good shot. They're still running good offense.
About as good a look as you can get from out there on the perimeter. Veesaar just slings it up top here for Walker. Back to Veesaar. Deep 3 is no good. Rebounded by Veesaar, who has 9. So he's got 8 points, 9 rebounds in 19 minutes. And look at his ball handling skills.
Yeah, not a problem for him at all.
All those Europeans, he's going to set the screen high for Martinez, roll off of it, and there's your alley-oop. Well executed.
Yeah, that's a classic rim run we see in basketball today, and so hard. If the center tries to show there, but doesn't stay behind the roll guy, you're going to get dunked on.
Veesaar is a rebound away from a double-double. Awaka already has a double-double at 18 and
nice
15.
Play by Whiteman.
Yep. Gets it ahead. Lloyd, the extra pass here to Bryant. Shuffled it off to Martinez.
Bryant could have shot it, did not. Unselfish.
Bryant has 12 on 5 of 7 shooting. Here's Whiteman. Free throw line jumper is pure, young man.
Yeah, and then there's walk-ons where the crowd cheers for it. And then there's walk-ons that can play. And they cheer for him, but they know he's got that in his bag.
Remember, the only 2 returning starters from last year's team were Love and Whiteman.
That's
Whiteman
right.
got to start on senior day, and he gets a second senior day.
That's right. Good call.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Isn't that crazy? And there's a foul on the drive by Caden Diggs. And that's going to take us to a break. We'll take you to the break with a terrific alley-oop here. Conrad Martinez to Veesaar. And Arizona leads it by 60. Mark for the first time during the regular season. They hit it twice in the exhibition season. Been a rough go for Old Dominion. They had 21 first half points. They have 18 now in the second half. And trailed by as many as 60 as we went to that break. Whole lot of athleticism for Arizona, so they, this doesn't come as a surprise. They'll probably have a pretty solid Sun Belt season, I would think. I don't think they're going to be playing the first day having to win 7 over 7 days to get the automatic bid. Oh, changing hands. Martinez attacks the hoop and gets the bucket.
They got to the left, and that answers your question. Pretty easy to get to 100 for this team. Again, because their bench, their walk-ons are not like the normal walk-ons. These guys can play, but hey, look, we've seen a couple exhibition games, some early non-con games. Arizona had no trouble, but I think going into that Wisconsin-Duke 1-2 punch the next 2 Fridays, I think Arizona's locked in. I mean, Wisconsin will give them everything they can at home. Duke's going to give them everything they can because I think Duke's not even ranked correctly. They should be number 1 in the country. Duke should be number 1 right now.
The 2 All-Americans, AP preseason All-Americans battling, Cooper Flagg and Caleb Love. I'm looking at this stat sheet. Arizona might get out of here with less than 10 turnovers for the second consecutive game. We're sitting here at 7 turnovers. They had 9 against Canisius. I think the dynamic will change just a tad bit as they go deeper in the bench. Will Mana gets a chance to come in.
But going into those games, I mean, I like everything about this team, the rotations, the personnel, if you will. I mean, if you're back in the A, which a lot of these guys do, I mean, you love the girth inside, the strength inside. Awaka's a grown man. The size of Veesaar and Krivas is stunning, and I think these 3 guards, I mean, they got it locked in.
Luke Champion is in now along with Addison Arnold. Whiteman with 2 to shoot. Step back jumper, he clanked it. And it's going to go out. Rico Helms is in for Old Dominion as Mike Jones goes into his bench. They're traveling tonight. It's going to be a long trip back for Old Dominion. 100-41, 2 minutes to go. This is Scotty Hubbard, a 6'6" freshman. Helms, yeah. Whiteman.
Old Dominion retains possession.
Whiteman, a 5th year out of South Point. We'll get not 1 but 2 senior years. Thought maybe there'd be a chance for him maybe to go somewhere and play at a smaller school for his last year of eligibility. That didn't pan out, so he's back. And happier than ever because he's been on the floor with this kind of team. You're going to get on the floor a lot with this team and this schedule. Might not happen again until December. The next one's coming up. We talked about Old Dominion in Wisconsin, and then you go to the Islands, right? Davidson, either Oklahoma or Providence, and then that game on the 29th, which is TBA based on that tournament. When you're on ESPN2 for 3 consecutive days of that tournament, you know that field is stacked. That is the battle for Atlantis, where they get your glow sticks ready, right? Don't they play like on a on a ballroom floor with all that weird stuff going on?
Right. If I recall, did not play well the last time.
No. That was 2 years ago, right?
Actually, was that okay?
I think it was, right? I don't think it was last year. A couple of years ago. You're right. That was that tough start that season. Might have even been 3 years ago.
But that was the DeAndre Ayton.
It very well might have been. Yeah, I think you're right there. So it goes back even a little further than
Lost
that.
all 3 of those.
Whiteman gets it back. 118. That's right. They lost all 3. And trying to get the no-look pass inside was Addison Arnold, who in 3 minutes against Canisius, he made his 1 field goal and grabbed 2 rebounds. Helms missed it. Yep. Whiteman leading the break.
3-on-1.
Whiteman for Lloyd, and coming back was Helms to spoil all the fun here. The foul. 1:02 to go. And Dad's a little smile.
Tommy Lloyd loving that. Wanted maybe to see his son finish for a layup, but you know, anytime you get a point, you get the.
What's he saying to the ref now? Saying, did you just put him at the line? So
yeah, did you help me out right there?
They're going to go even further into the bench now. Lloyd scores his first points in a Wildcat uniform after scoring 400 at NAU.
That'll make the 6th Street Circle K gang happy.
Jackson Francois is in. His dad Josh came over, said hello to us. And
said hello. His mom, the AD.
Yeah, she was really excited when he got in against Eastern New Mexico. He took that shot. And Jackson Cook in, redshirt freshman, Mount Bird Academy. Also my guy. Chipmo. Oh, Zygas, and count it.
Nice.
Yeah. And so, no quit here in this Old Dominion team. Sven Jotmo is in as well.
Mike Jones, you know, again, all the new guys he has didn't.
It'll take a while.
It'll take a little while. It's just trying to put them all together. The continuity is such a big thing these days. And Liam Lloyd is on rebound there.
Lead the
nice
break.
Pass.
Yep. Will Kuykendall. Kuykendall, rather, yep. He scored against Eastern New Mexico.
He hit a nice 3 in that one.
Super nice young man, came over and introduced himself.
Very nice guy.
Saw him in the parking lot, was very helpful.
I think the story was that he was not a walk-on originally. He talked to them about being a walk-on and kept showing up. Yeah, he finally put him on, and
showing up with a smile and just having great character, and you're just like, okay,
great kid.
We're going to keep him around.
From France.
Sort of somewhat like the basketball equivalent of Rudy, right?
Yeah. Oh, there was
nearly a steal by Kuykendall.
Great chance there.
And Hubbard unleashes a 3. He missed it.
You might see him hold it now. No shot here.
Jotmo has it, and he's been instructed to hold it for the final 11 seconds. And Arizona is going to win this thing 102 to 44. They had a 60-point advantage here. Mike Jones, Tommy Lloyd exchanging pleasantries, and the Wildcats